In this AlignMix video, you will learn how to assign sales territories to districts. And there's a couple different ways that you can create these assignments. The first way is to do each territory individually. So let's zoom into the Northeast where we've got our main territory right here. And we're going to right-click on that territory to pull up the radial tool. From here, we can click on Properties, and you'll see right away that this territory is not assigned to a district, and the dropdown does not show any districts that we can choose from. And that's because no districts have been imported or created in this file. So we need to create a new district. To do that, you click here on the green plus button, and now we can name that new district. So I will call it New England for the ID and the name. And then we click here on Add, and then on OK. And it may look like nothing's happened, but if we right-click on that territory again, and then on Properties, you will now see that this territory is assigned to the New England district. So now let's click on OK. So now let's open up a district map view so that we can see the district that we've just created. To do that, we open up a new tab and click here on Districts. By default, you will see a red number appear in the center of every district, and that's showing you the current span of control, which means that's the total number of territories that are assigned to each district. So let's go ahead and change that label to the district name. And we'll do that by clicking on Configure Layers, and now select Districts and District Labels, and select District Name, and then OK. So now you can see that is the start of our New England district. So let's go back to our territory alignment view where we have our territories, and now let's right-click on another territory and select the properties. Now from the drop-down menu, you will see that New England will appear because we've created a district, and now it will show up as an option. So we click here on New England, click OK, and now that Territory 107 has been assigned to the New England district. To double check that, we can click here on the district alignment view, and you'll see that it has expanded to capture that new territory. So let's go back to our first tab for the territory alignment view, and let's zoom out and zoom into the southeast. And this time we're going to use the Lasso Territories tool. The Lasso Territories tool allows you to lasso entire territories. So let's click here and we're going to lasso Atlanta into Alabama, all of Florida, and South Carolina. Now when I let go, you will see a summary of everything that I've just lassoed. And this has lassoed entire territories, all the zip codes, and if there were accounts in there, it would have lassoed them as well. So now let's click here on the next button, and now we have the ability to assign all of these territories to a brand new district and name that district, or we can assign these territories to a district that already exists, and in this drop-down menu you will see that only New England exists so far. So we don't want to assign these southern territories to New England, we want to create a new district and we'll call it Southeast. And then click on Finish. And again, it may look like nothing's happened in this view, but if we right-click on one of those territories and click on Properties, you will see that the district assignment says right here for Southeast. Clicking on OK, we can go to our district alignment map view, and you'll see we've created the Southeast district down here. We can also assign territories to districts from this view here in the district map view. But before we do that, it's best for us to put our territory boundaries on this map so we know where exactly those territories are. To do that, let's click here on Configure Layers. Now we select Territories here from the left, and we want our territory boundaries visible, and we'll make them a red color and appear at zoom level 0 and click OK. So now you can see where all of our territory boundaries are. You can also display the territory names or IDs in the center using that same method in Configure Layers. So now let's go ahead and create a district for all of Texas. And we can do that by using the Touch Align tool, clicking on an unassigned district area here in the district map, and you click and hold the Touch Align tool. And you'll see that it's created District 1, and when I let go, all of these territories have now been assigned to District 1. We can rename this district by right-clicking on District 1, click on Properties, and from here we can rename the ID and the name. So let's call it Texas, and then click on OK. There is one final way that we can create these assignments, and that's through the territory table view. So let's open up a new table by clicking on the plus button here to open a new tab, select tables, and then territory table. From here, you will see our district column. And right now, the majority of these territories are unassigned. If you double click where it says unassigned, you will now be able to assign that territory to a district. The one drawback from using this method is you can only assign territories to districts that have already been created in this file. That's why we only see New England, Southeast, and Texas. So you cannot create new districts while in territory table view. You would have to use the other methods discussed in this video to create those districts, and then they will appear in this drop-down menu. Luckily, this is the Long Island territory, and that one should be assigned to New England. And then when I select it, that territory has been assigned to New England. Going back to the district alignment view, if I zoom out and come over here to the Long Island area, you will see now that Long Island territory has been assigned to the New England district. And there you go. You just learned how to assign your sales territories to districts.